Welcome back to another edition of Hello Day. My name is Shiko Kaitani, and we want to thank you so much for those text messages coming through that SMS number, which is 22162. As we wind up this particular live broadcast, I will be letting you know what's happening in Laikipia County this week. But before we do, how about we wrap up our discussion on tax filing, okay? And we've been asking that question: are you compliant? If you're not too sure about how to go about filing, of course, your returns and of course paying your taxes, well, we do have Yvonne Tago, who is in the policy division from KRA, as well as Judith Njagi, who is a project manager at KRA. Joining us now is Steve Ayaka, a senior student from University of Nairobi, as well as Raila Opanyi, a student as well from Mount Kenya University, to throw some of their questions concerning filing to our team from KRA. So, gentlemen, karibuni sana.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so how about we start off with you, Raila?
Yes. Okay, thank you very much. I'm Raila Opanyi, student from Mount Kenya University.
Yes.
Yeah, the issue of KRA usually to us youths, it's a problem to some extent. And my first question is, why is it that, why do you think the youths are taking the issue of filing KRA tax or paying taxes? Because there are two things involved here. There is the issue of filing return, because there are youths who do not have jobs, and then there are youths who have side hustle venye mmesema. So are they taking this thing serious? And if they are not taking it serious, what is the government doing, or you are the KRA? What are you doing to make sure that this thing runs smoothly? Because it's as youth, we are there, about the population of Kenya, we are the highest. And therefore, if we don't take this thing serious, maybe you might sometime do nothing, because the youths are the highest in population, and therefore their tax takes a big number.
Thank you, Raila, for that question. I do hope young people are taking taxation seriously, and I would say from my perspective, I think they are, but there's probably a conception that once you have a PIN, then that's it. And possibly I would look at it from the angle of university students who have a PIN for the purpose of getting a HELB loan. But that's not the end. If you're a student and you don't have an income, we expect you to file a return to say you don't have an income. But that's not to say that there are students who don't have incomes. We know some students are doing hustles here and there and they get some income. At the end of the day, they're expected to file a return just like anybody else who's earning a monthly salary. And yes, we have said that iTax is here to assist in our filing. So you can do it even from university. You can walk to a cyber and file your return. If you're filing a nil return, it takes a few seconds to file that return. The implication of not filing a return is getting penalized, and also not having a very good record in KRA. So the day you'll need to apply for a job and you'll need a tax compliance certificate, then KRA will tell you you have a bill to pay for not filing returns. So young people should embrace filing returns. There's filing the return, and there's also payment of the tax that you're declaring. And it's important that they both go hand in hand.
Okay.
Yes.
And Shiko, if you allow me,
Yes.
we actually using or involving the university students in what we call tax ambassadors.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
I am sure in your colleges they are there. They are the ones who support the other students and the other business persons to file returns.
Yeah.
And when we have crowds, like now, we also engage them.
Yes.
They come and support in trying to support the public in filing.
Okay.
So youth do take taxation seriously.
Yeah.
And we are working with them.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. What about you, Steve? Your question.
Thank you very much. I'm Steve Ayaka from the Nairobi Department of Accounting, School of Business. I'm very happy that you say that youths are very proactive in remitting taxes. Congratulations. I thought it's a lie. I've confirmed it with you. My question is very simple. Majority of us do not take this issue seriously, as much as we have the PINs and compliance certificates. But we go up, sometimes we forget about the password, we forget about the PIN. Can we retract them? And how do we do it?
Yes, if you forget your PIN, it's rather your password, it's very simple to retract it. On the KRA website, actually when you log into iTax, it will ask you for your PIN, and if you have forgotten your password, there's a link below it to ask to that asks you whether you have forgotten your password, and then it will ask you for your security questions, and it will reset your password and send it to your mailbox. So that's
which main document should I have at PA in the event of doing that?
you only need to remember your security question and the answer to your security question, and have an access to your email address.
So it's pretty much like any other site.
Yes,
that you
yeah.
have.
Like any other
Okay,
site.
like if you get locked out of Facebook,
But of course, if it's
ask the same thing.
if it's the PIN that you have forgotten, you know, PIN is as good as a check. Eh? So you just need to write to us and tell us you've forgotten. And some of those security questions we'll ask you before we give you your PIN,
Yeah.
because we can't just expose. That's confidential. Yeah.
And anyone could be trying to access your account. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, guys, gentlemen, we have like about 5 more minutes. Go ahead.
So I have a question. Why is I understand that the penalty is 20,000. Why is it like that bitter, 20,000? I was a victim last time. I did not file the returns last year because first the person who helped me register used the wrong email. Maybe I think she forgotten one letter, and therefore I could not get. So I tried, it could not go through. So when I went to the KRA office, the line, it was the deadline, so I decided to leave it. I had 20,000 penalty. Why is it that much? Because to some extent we are students. Yeah.
Okay. Why such a high penalty?
May I respond to that?
Yes.
You know, the system doesn't know you are a student, although we are getting there. We want to flag all the pins. If you're a student, we'll be able to know you're a student.
Okay.
But again, we said there are students who are actually in big business.
Yes.
So we need to see those who are purely students without any business.
Yes.
So we don't expect. So in such a case, reason one why we increased the penalty is because we realized people don't take the 1,000 serious. It's too, so I will not file.
Yes.
Anytime KRA comes upon me,
Yes.
I'll pay the penalty because it was only 1,000 for individual
Wow.
tax returns that are late. So now the 20,000 is to make the individual take the filing serious.
Because now you know what's at stake.
Do you really want to part with 20,000, or you better file the nil return? I believe the return was nil.
Yeah.
So what is easier to part with? So people queue to save the 20, and the 20,000 is real.
Yeah.
Right. So you need to prove to KRA why such money should be waived. Otherwise, it's still on your head. So actually, that's the reason why that hike.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Just to add on that, so while I was at home, I was trying to tell somebody the story, and then he's just a Juakali man. The way you were saying, you said the Juakali is not that hot, and when I was saying that, he started telling me that he applied for the KRA PIN 3 years ago, and the reason as to why he applied was because of the youth fund. By then he was still a youth. Now he's not a youth. Yeah, he has passed 35. And for 3 years, he has not filed the return. So what of this person? Is it 60,000 now for him? And do you think he will be able to pay that money for? Because there are so many people like him. Yeah.
Yeah, we would actually want to tell people not to fear, because there is that tag on their head. We come and we talk, because the law allows for waiver.
Oh, by the way, a lot of people don't know that that's an option.
It's not an option. You request, and the commissioner based on the reasons you're giving may waive.
Okay, but they didn't know that they could.
Maybe that's why they.
Like
but the more you stay out there, the more the
worse it gets.
The worse it gets.
Okay.
So I think tell your friend to come forward and have a chat with us.
I think they think the worst of the situation, that what would happen if I actually walked into Times Towers and I have all this, I have a huge deficit.
I think the area the better, because soon, as we had said, we are linking with so many other government institutions, systems.
Okay.
So we may just link with where the Juakari are registered.
Right.
Because they have a body.
Yes.
And we find all the
And it becomes worse.
And because we will just come for you.
Yeah.
So before KRA comes, please kindly come to us. Let's reason together and amend your ways.
I like that. Okay, last question, gentlemen,
Yes.
so we can say Kwaheri and then...
Okay, my last question.
Yeah.
Majority of youths are in maybe foreign nations on scholarship. Suppose I have a gift that I want to bring to my parent back home. Will it be taxed? And finally, there is this, the CRB and the youths are at loggerheads. The other time I had the president of the youth arguing that youth are supposed to be exempted from CRB. Those who are indebted in these online loans should not be part of remitting tax. Is that against the policy, the Kenya Revenue Authority policy?
I'll comment about income from abroad. You see, when you're a Kenyan and you're working in another country, what is taxable is income. So if you're a student and you have an income in another country, so long as we deem you to be a resident of Kenya, then that income is taxable in Kenya. And rather, the provision that we give is that you should declare the income you have earned, we tax it, and then we offset the tax you have paid in the foreign country if we have a double taxation agreement with that country. Well, but for this show, the issue of double taxation is a bit too comprehensive. But so far, we have about 15 double taxation agreements with other countries.
Okay.
From which, if you work there, then we can offset the tax which you have earned. So if you're a student and you have been having income or assets which you wish to bring back to the country, this year we are saying from 1st of January 2017 up to 30th of June 2018, we have a window for tax amnesty, in which we are saying if you have been earning an income and not declaring it, we have given room where we are going to forgive any taxes which were due in that period, so long as you file before 30th of June 2018 and you repatriate the money back to the country, like you send the money back to this country before the 30th of June 2018, then we are going to forgive all the taxes that were going to accrue on that income. But generally and ideally, you're supposed to declare that income. If we have a double taxation agreement in the foreign country you're earning from, we offset it. If there's any balance of tax, you pay it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
All right. Sorry, did you
there
want
was
to
the
wrap
issue
up?
of the gift to the mother.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's under customs, yeah?
Yes,
that's
under
an import.
Okay.
And it will still attract the penalty due or appropriate to the value of that gift. Yeah. Because
Okay.
if it was to be bought from, locally,
Yes.
still have paid
VAT on
tax,
the item.
on the
Exactly.
item, yes.
Okay, so it's just pretty much you have to still in another way. It's just a different way of paying your VAT.
Yes.
Does that help?
Then-
Allow me maybe raise one issue.
Okay, my director is going to kill us, but